Their hardness at the ball was probably more so evident than the Kangaroos, and they've really set themselves up to have a real chance of winning this game.
Fox Footy Channel and this.
Time for some more Sports Rider. And Steve, you're in charge this time.
Yes, we have an incident involving Jess Sinclair and Johnston here, Travis Johnson. We just see the space that Jess Sinclair has given Travis Johnson. You need to respect your opponent there. And we just see Travis Johnson here out wide. Sinclair over there. Well, this is what happens when you give Travis Johnson so much space. Your back half, your fabric.
From Melbourne before the break. Now let's get down and hear about the Kangaroos. Brad McEwen.
Yeah, thanks, Anthony. Ben Robinson's
Byron Pickett, he's had one possession. Would you think about throwing him back?
I would keep him up forward. I think his days of playing as a defender are gone. He's too loose. You know, in the forward line, he can kick goals in a burst, but they need to get something from their taller forwards. We know that Big Sav's struggling with injury, but Morrell, Petrie, maybe Archer if they put him forward. And it's a situation where the run of the Demons in the last 20 minutes of that second quarter just ran over the top of the Kangaroos.
Rob, what about with Pickett if he starts as a forward, but in general play actually moves to the back line and then comes down with the football? Because at the moment he's just not finding it with his back to goal.
No, he's not. Maybe you're right, Dakes. Maybe if he plays as a winger, gets himself out in a bit of space so that he can turn around and then run towards goal. That's when he's dangerous, isn't he? When the goals have opened up. At this stage, it looks like he's going into the forward line.
How about just some run for the Roos at the moment? It just seems that the running is with Melbourne out of defence. The Roos, anything they could do just to get a little bit of run and flow going?
Just having a look at their centre setup, and it looks like Sinclair could be starting in the midfield with Harvey and Simpson. Now, that's something that we haven't seen for some time. Jess Sinclair, and Stephen pointed it out terrifically well. He was just far too loose. He owes his team a good second half. He's been in good form on the half-back flank, but just didn't pay enough respect to Johnson in that second quarter.
The Kangaroos have been through so much this year. It would be a shame if they would go out without a whimper. I'm sure they won't. They will fight back. 21 points is the margin as we start this second half. Demons going forward. Blakey careful, watching. Archer still in defence. Green hasn't had a lot of it today. Williams trying to get it through to Brad Green. But we're going to see a bounce. Brad Green's actually had 11 possessions, so probably being a bit unfair on him. He's kicked one goal.
Makepeace with the job on Adam Uze.
So the Demons in the first minute of the second half. And Walsh, who spent a fair bit of time on the bench in the first half, combining with Ward. Back out to Uze. From one step, Neitz is looming again. He just got himself under the ball. Lee Harding in unfamiliar territory, well up the ground in defence, and does pretty well on that occasion. The ball over and out.
And as a forward, you really should be following your teammate, the forward, to the ball. Ballsy?
Yes, and James McDonald, 23 for the Demons, running with Brent Harvey. Harvey, 10-11 disposals in the first half.
Blakey, helped out by Sinclair. Gee, tough one to mark that. Wheatley led Petrie to the ball. Good pressure from Rawlings, but McDonald able to regain it for the Demons. Petrie, again McDonald, gets it in. Uze, Robertson, just not his day at the moment. Spider, how about that for a powerful handball? Woden running through the lines. White gone, was it high? Yes, it was high. Colbert just a little too eager there.
Test him this distance, Hutto.
And it's good to see Jeff White across half forward.
He's not a big goal kicker. Oh, how did Uze get away? That is amazing. Uze has got away. He's a bit hurt, but he's certainly within range. He carved them up last time they played. He had 33 possessions, kicked 2 goals, and was the match winner. And he's doing it again today. He's had 17 possessions and 2 goals already.
We just saw the free kick there, but Uze, as you said, Hutto, far too loose, and the Kangaroos' fabric just breaking down a little bit.
Well, a goal here, and the margin would be out to 27.
Well, Uze kicked 2 goals in that second quarter, and he's, as we know, he's just a lovely left foot kick. You would expect him to kick this one 9 out of 10.
16 goals, 11 for the year going into today. And after all that build-up, Wolsey, he was certain to miss it. 9 goals, 660 to 5-8, 38. So the Kangaroos are let off there, and let's see what they do.
Just keeping my eye on Byron Pickett. He is starting. at full forward.
Makepeace kicks to himself. Roos certainly lacking some run at the moment. In and out, zigzagging through the traffic. Defensive 30 chips up. Sinclair will mark. I mean, fairly quiet. Certainly hands full on Travis Johnston. Takes a bounce and then just bombs into the air. They need a mark. Burton couldn't take it. Through the traffic, Morrell stolen by Ward. Picked up beautifully by the Demons, and they certainly have done well out of defence with their run. Loading up and kicking in long as Williams. That's a good shot.
Neat's in the goal square. If he moves it quickly, it was Neat's on Sinclair. Not quick enough, Vardy, to sense that. Mickey Martin's now got back to cover Neat's.
I think he's backing himself here, Vardy. Robbie's normally a pretty good kick. He's a thumping kick.
He's a thumping kick. Going into the game, he had 31 goals. Their second leading goal kicker.
So he has 2 goals. Peter Vardy up into the air. It'll drop just past the square, and well done, Makepeace. Sitting behind the pack of players will take the mark.
17th disposal to Troy Makepeace.
So Neat's positioning was good on the mark. He was close to the goal square, which kept Makepeace with his kicking out pretty predictable. To the outer side they go. Burton with a little bit of room, big spide. He does well to stretch and mark.
He's free because Jeff White is actually the loose man in the Demons' defence.
So they move it in. Trying to keep rock run to the ball was Lamb. Well done in the end. So Sabre again a long way from home. This will test his kicking. White back in the square, as you called it, Sauce. He took a bounce and then bombs in long. The sits with Jeff White and the mark as well.
Well, you called it, Steve. That's his job. Get back and help out an undersized defence.
Well, it was poor play in the end, wasn't it, by the Roos? Out watching Rocker lumber after this with his wonky knee. Did well. David King kicked 5 goals last week, and they've kicked it straight to Jeff White again. Petrie from the side made a contest. Courageous stuff, but doesn't fall for him.
Great spoil by White.
Ward out to the wing. Robertson's got to go against 3 here. Oh, and he got crunched in a Colbert Archer sandwich. That's a Roos free against Robertson, who's, as we said, having a...
Well, that tops off his day, doesn't it?
He's having a pretty tough day. In very short with a kick just inside the line. No, it was just over. Simpson can't believe it. Things certainly not falling for the Roos at the moment. And Uze quick to take it and get the Demons going, because it's pretty open up ahead if he could just get past. G. Williams made the contest without giving away the free, and things are falling apart for the Kangaroos at the moment.
Good contest by Williams. And there we see Robertson hurting himself about a minute ago.
So Brown supplying the Neats, knocked away. Mickey Martin did well. Robertson over the top to Bruce. Chance for the D's. The ball will run away and over the line. So they just look so much better, the Demons, when they have possession moving forward. The Roos at the moment have lost their way.
It's been a long time, hasn't it? 14 minutes into the second quarter.
Neats will ruck against Burton.
So Neats brings it down. Mickey Martin smothered by Walsh. Harvey gaining possessions in defence, as are a lot of the Roos, because that's where the ball is at the moment. Demons have pressured enough to keep it inside 50.
And we can see Jeff White in picture. Sav doing the right thing. He's not letting White go by himself. He's a kick behind play, and Big Sav is saying, well, I'll make it a 1-on-2.
So Robertson actually third man up. Travis Johnson running away from goal. Chips up. That's a good kick. And they retain possession with Green. Long way from home, the left footer.
Jeff White's floated down on the other side of the ground. He'll almost come into picture in just a sec. No, he's decided to stay out.
Cameron Bruce back in the square. And Green, that's where he goes. And actually over the head of Bruce and picked off again. So it's the back line's on top at the moment. Archer back there takes it. And again, pretty predictable with his kick. It'll drop short and no real chance for Petrie. And Melbourne have it again, half forward, boundary throwing.
A lot of school errors early in this third quarter. A number of kicks really haven't hit their target from both sides.
So the margin's still 22. The Roos without any real flow or flourish so far in this quarter when they've got the footy. And again, they've held up here.
I like the positioning off screen of Peter Walsh. When that ball came in, he was about 15 metres back in the corridor.
There's Byron, by the way, back at full forward.
He's back in that forward 50. And Dennis Pagan doing everything he can to give Pickett some space to work into. Big problem, though, Steve. They can't get it up there.
Well, they find it very tough full credit to the D's. Their pressure has been outstanding.
And he's just not in form either, is he? I mean, just one possession for the day. Uze. It's dangerous again. Sinclair's got to go. Powell made a contest, and Sinclair did well. Harvey, still the pressure's on. Gee, just managed to get that out. He almost threw it, Brent Harvey. He was on the cusp of giving away a free.
When that ball was thrown in half forward, the Demons are playing pretty smart football. James McDonald has a job on Harvey. Actually, he's taking back to the goal square. And if you had to notice the players in that around that throw-in, they're all non-runners from the Roos.
Powell, that was almost a throw as well. Simpson. Powell still lurking. Teague over the top of it. So we're finding it difficult at the moment, both teams, to get genuine possessions and open the game up.
Rob, you'd think the next 10 minutes could really decide this game. If the Demons kick the next couple, the game's there for the taking, really.
Yeah, we've gone about 9 minutes into this third quarter, only the one behind to the Demons, hardly been up the Kangaroos' end.
Uze. Colbert. Burton. Back to a 2-on-2. Petrie again provided the contest. He's done pretty well at doing that.
Someone's in trouble for Melbourne.
Yeah, someone's down. But meantime, King is away. Striding forward, those long strides, bouncing up. They need some inspiration. David King gets it into Byron Pickett. Now's your time, Byron.
Got it.
He's got it.
Well, that was the plan. Isolating one-on-one. It was a great mark. Good long kick. Ward was the Melbourne player who went down. Harvey's injured himself and he's leaving the field. Looks like he might have hurt an ankle.
He's probably just broken his shoulder or something. He'll put it back in and be out shortly. He's a typical Kangaroo.
Yeah, and well done, Daniel Ward, to go back into heavy traffic.
Well, Pickett kicks the goal. The Roos respond. Will he be the man to get them back? 9-6 plays, 6-8.
Well, you'd think he would be the man. Certainly, he's one of the players that can ignite the Kangaroos. Only the 2 touches for the day. We're kicking his first goal, and, well, get it on a one-on-one contest down to Byron Pickett, and you're every chance.
And his opponent, Nathan Brown, is a fair bit smaller than him, Steve.
Will Byron Pickett be the man? There's the mark.
Strength. Strength. Sees opponent nowhere near the size or strength. Nathan Brown more a runner than a lock-on type player.
So the Roos have that much needed goal. It's back to 16. Players in, and the umpire will end up with it again.
I guess this is the sort of footy that the Kangaroos like, though, Steve, is at the scrap. They've got lots of contests happening. It's really been the way their whole year's been playing, and suddenly they might get some momentum
So
here.
Rawlings into the air from behind Petrie. No chance. Lamb dropped it on the way down. Bizzle and Brown will see it over the line. So they're probably happy with that in the end. The Demons back in the middle of the ground. Rawlings and Johnson. Rawlings a job on Travis Johnston.
And just on that, Hutto, they made it a scrap early. They had it nice and tight. They had it the way they wanted to play the game, but they fell away from their team play and allowed Melbourne to play that free-flowing game.
So Burton thumps it in. James McDonald out, and they're back towards the Roo goal. Bizzle out in front. Beautiful kick for Woden. Gives him every chance. He takes it. Walsh is running forward to the ball. That's where Woden goes. Chance now for the D's. If he's able to take it, he let the ball run, took a gamble, and then went to ground. Well done, David T. Did well for the Roos, and really should have gone over the line. Did, and we get a boundary throw in.
It was great play by Teague. Had to lead his man, and we just see there, just got his opponent off balance, kept his feet, and got the ball over the boundary line.
Big Spider down. Sinclair wrapped up, and he'll get a free.
Good ruck work by Spider, directing the hits to a teammate.
So called in the back. So Sinclair looks up and bombs in. Rocker. He's got it. He was behind. The ball was always travelling over the top.
Pickett's
Will he
calling
wind
long.
up? He'll chip. That's a great kick. And Pickett left Nathan Brown for dead. And is Byron Pickett the man to spark the Roos? He has one in this quarter and has a chance for number 2.
Well, initially, Pickett was calling long to the goal square. Brown thought it was going long. As he turned his back, Pickett led, and the space was there for him to run onto the ball.
Got to get Brown off Pickett because he can't run with him. Gee, that's disappointing finish. That is a disappointing finish. Nathan Brown had the knee injury going into the game. I don't think he can accelerate. Great mark by Sav because he had to beat his opponent plus Jeff White, who was dropping back.
The margin is 15. We're midway through the third quarter. The Kangaroos hanging on grimly. They've kicked the only goal of the third term. The pressure just going back slightly onto the Demons. The Roos know they need to score though. Morrell, Bizzle, he did well. He took him out of the contest. Sinclair's lifted. The Roos have lifted. Good kick from Burton. It probably wasn't a good kick. It really should have gone longer as it turns out. But they scrap on and they'll try again. Rawlings goes on his own. And again, no hope at all for the Kangaroo forwards. Demons everywhere. Bruce with the relieving mark. And he's got Jeff White through the centre of the ground and he has spotted him. White just couldn't take the mark. Dispossessed. Well played again by David King. He's trying to ignite the Kangaroos. Cochrane thrusting forward. Here's a tap to Petrie. Dishes off well again. Byron will forgive you for the last one if you kick this one. He couldn't. Behind. The margin is 14, but they're closing in.
Jeff White under pressure across half forward, giving that ball up. Should have given a better contest, or at least knocked it away from the pack of players and forward for the Demons.
Got to stand firm now, Melbourne. You're right, Dakes. A couple of incidents there where they've just been a bit shaky.
So Shannon Grant has a chance just outside 50. Rocker, what is his left foot like? It bounces. Harding has to evade and then can run it goal. He's gone.
Great tackle.
Yeah.
Crucial tackle, really. Melbourne under all sorts of pressure.
Yep.
It was Johnson. Nathan Brown took it. Jeff White, one hand will never mark it. Well done in the end. Makepeace spins out. Around the body. Not a good kick. Oh, Burton, big spider with a chance. Ball still at half forward. David King running away from goal. Has a player in supports. There's Simpson. Have a look at the pressure out there at the moment. Walsh will break it up. Has time. Nates. It'll bounce. Bounce past him and Teague for the Roos back there inside 50. Goes back. Roos out of danger. That's a good kick and Makepeace has it.
Gee, that was a big play, wasn't it? Melbourne on the rebound with thrusting forward and looked dangerous. Suddenly now it's the Roos. Makepeace, I'm not sure where he's headed there. To the boundary perhaps. Jeff White, Burton got him high. It looked like it was high. It wasn't. The umpire let it go. The Roos across half forward. Still there a chance. Desperate stakes. And Williams wraps it up.
Ball up. Makepeace went wide, Hutto, because all he could see was Jeff White. Here's that great tackle, Steve.
It was a great tackle. As I said, Melbourne are under all sorts of pressure. They need to answer this challenge, the Demons.
Yeah, Travis Johnson just held on.
Jeff White under pressure again, giving it up.
Cameron Bruce has gone on to Byron Pickett. Woden. And it just bounces inside the line. So the Roos really making Melbourne work hard in this third quarter. They've only been able to kick one goal too, but the whole momentum, the whole feel of the game has changed.
Bottom of picture there, Cameron Bruce on Pickett. That had to happen.
White with the tap, Liancelli surrounded by Roos. Sinclair couldn't get to his feet when he needed to. Liancelli accosted in the back. Simpson argues his case. He's not happy. Better give it back to him quickly.
This is the big challenge on the Demons now, Steve. It's in close, it's tight, it's hard. Plenty of physical presence. And the Demons, if they stand up, I reckon they'll be okay. If they don't, well, Kangaroos will do what they normally do, slaughter you.
So out to the wing. Johnston versus Rawlings, who looks like he's playing on Johnston now, Brady Rawlings.
And we really should have never questioned the Kangaroos. They've got great spirit, great club, and they've done it all year. They've answered the challenge.
Big time now, Robert, with Jolly coming on and White off the ground.
Ben Robbins going with Woden, who was so good in his second. Walsh has the job on Makepeace. Demons into attack. No, they're not. Simpson takes it as he does normally off a step. Left foot, Petrie. Loose ball. They've been good in the last, certainly in this third quarter now. Roos have stepped it up. Sinclair goes in and he can't get it out. And between wing and half forward, out of side, we get a ball up.
Yeah, Byron Pickett back right on the goal line with Cameron Bruce. Now, he's saying to his teammates, keep away, give me space.
Ball to be bounced. Jolly in the ruck. And that probably... just watching pretty much everyone covered here. Burton has been good. And he is again. Sinclair smothered Liancelli. Uze thumps it forward as you do in a pack situation. Makepeace did beautifully to evade Makepeace. Boy, can this kid play. Took a bounce and balanced up. Took his time and bombed in long. Over the back. Petrie not able to mark it. At ground level, David King for a goal. No. Just not able to reward the good play back in midfield, but the Roos are threatening.
And this is where they fell down in that first quarter. They had a number of opportunities to kick goals, but they kicked behind, and it hurt them in that second quarter, Rob.
Yep, it could come back to haunt them yet. Lamb collaborating with Wheatley. It wasn't a great kick. He had plenty of numbers ahead, though. Woden with time and space. He lingered a long time trying to get Neitz on the end of it. He did everything but take the mark. Mickey Martin, free kick. And it's a holding ball, and it's a Melbourne ball.
Let's keep the camera on, Mick. This will be interesting.
Well, we're 19 minutes into this third quarter. He's not happy, Mick. 19 minutes into the third quarter, the Demons have scored just one behind in this third turn. This is a crucial kick.
The other interesting stat, at the end of three-quarter time, both these teams trailing, and they've only been able to win on 3 occasions after trailing at three-quarter time this season.
What a kick for David Neitz. They lead by 13, but the responsibility is his at the moment. And
Mick's still going.
He's still angry.
maybe some justice for Mick Martin there, who knows. The margin is 14.
You better get out of the sun there, Mick. He's looking awfully red.
Geez, that's a soft free kick. That was for holding.
We've had some soft ones this year, but that's about as soft as it gets.
So Harvey has it, and they will run. Roos still at half-back, hugging the boundary. Simpson.
You would have been out of the game in 2 years, Sos, if they'd have applied those rules.
Simpson just over wing. Spider good enough to contest. Woden took it. Green dispossessed Robbins. This is where the Roos love it. They love it out in front. That's a good handball in the end. Grant with Sinclair in support. Sinclair will go in, and Jolly sits back there to take a mark.
Playing very defensive footy, Neil Danaher. He's just got the ruckman, be it White or Jolly, staying at times 2 kicks behind the play, getting back in front of Byron Pickett.
Well, that's what they need. There must be someone free for the Roos who has to try and drag those 2 out.
Gee, it's a good mark.
Simpson did beautifully. He's terrific in the air. Into the middle, over the head of Grant. Danger now. They will run, and they are in big trouble. Travis Johnson, normally a good user. Neitz will jump. Well done, Mickey. Bodied him. Loose ball. Neitz. Open goal for the Demons. Peter Barty, as easy as you like. Goal number 3. Well, they were always in trouble. They got it in the middle. Bad possession, and Johnson stole it.
And I think Teague needed to stand firm here. You see he's been protected by Mick Martin, and the kid goes to ground too easily, drops the mark, goes to ground, can't recover. Dennis Pagan would be most disappointed with that. You just can't lose your feet.
And that's a heartbreaker for the Kangaroos. The 20-point margin is restored for the Demons. Burton still giving them first use out of the middle with White off the ground. Petrie again making a contest, not able to take the mark. They've wrapped it up.
Geez, Rob, that was 3 or 4 times today Bizzle's tried to take the mark where he really should be spoiling the ball nice and strong.
Well, he does fancy himself. He's an old ex-forward. That's his problem, I think, Steve. He still thinks he's in the forward line going for the grabs, but he's got to do the percentage things.
So important from the contest at the moment. Sinclair played for a free kick, and the umpire punished him, I think. He wasn't going to award him anything there. Harvey, look at him scoot away. He's got something in mind. This big Spider couldn't take the mark. Walsh spent some time on the bench earlier in the day, but has recovered. That is a very audacious kick. It's in dangerous territory. But they were cool and calm. Ward, and now Bruce can run away from Byron Pickett, his opponent. Out to the wing, it all opens up for Shane Woden. In his Brownlow year, he used to love to get out on the wing and relish the space. He's not quite playing as well, but he got it to Armstrong okay. They've been able to hold them up. There's plenty of way to the left if they can just get it clear here, the Demons.
Well done.
Young Armstrong kept it going. Woden started it all. Can he finish it in the goal square? At the back, Robertson. And a behind. So The margin is back to 21 points.
Well done by Armstrong.
Yeah.
Just kept his feet. He was under pressure all the way, but just locked the ball up, kept it in front of him, which enabled for him to run onto the ball.
It's a bit of an overuse of the football. Melbourne across half forward. Make piece into the air. Simpson with a sit. Good mark. Never deviates off the line of the ball.
Harding's got to wait for forward.
In long, Harding should mark, has the sit, and he's, no, in the end, great hands in the end. Demons have spoiled. Jolly to mop up, out of danger and over the head. Real chance now for Wheatley, can tap back. Oh, he decided to take it, then goes to Johnson. The running now with the Demons into the middle. The chance comes off with Green.
What a kick on his left foot. We'll go back and have a look at that spoil of Nathan Brown on Harding. It was sensational. We'll get it in a minute. It was great.
So Green Neats has got it. Oh, he was watching the ball. Mickey had his face to the Demon goal, Rob, and Neats has a chance.
But it all happened up the other end. It looked like a certain mark, and Brown just lunged and got a hand on it and brought it to the deck. Then we had this super left foot square up kick by Travis Johnson, and then the Green kick, and just rebound football. It looked like a certain goal to the Kangaroos. Looks like it might be a 2-goal turnover.
So against the runner play, David Neats, the skipper, with another chance to join Peter Vardy with 3 goals. He has 2 at the moment. Is he accurate? He is. It's a shocker. Does it get there? It gets there. Oh, just touched. It was 2. And that's typical David Neats.
The old tumble over punt. They've been hard to come by goals this quarter. Both Melbourne and Kangaroos have only kicked 1 goal each.
Harvey, as the Roos escape out of defence. Robbins weaving his way through nicely. It opens up a bit here. Simpson just a fumble, but he able to keep it going. Petrie, good pressure, and Lamb should be able to take the relieving mark for the Demons. So the Roos have been outscored for the quarter, 1 goal 4 to 1 goal 3. They've had so much more of the footy. They controlled play for probably 15 minutes in a row, but could only manage to get 1 goal on the board. 2 minutes remaining. They'd dearly love to get 1 goal before 3/4 time. Robertson, his miserable day continuing out on the full. So he's going to get a bit of luck here. No, it's not going to go to him. It's going to his teammate. Bruce up to half forward. Uze one-on-one with Blakey, who's his opponent now. He just shrugs him aside. Well done, John Blakey. And the ball is over the line and out of bounds. So under 2 minutes remaining. And the Kangaroos, who have worked so hard in this quarter, their season on the line. The margin 22 points. Andrew Demetrio having it's probably been a big weekend for him, but he'll be telling us later on what's going to happen next weekend. It all depends on this result. Brent Harvey's under pressure here. Demons have got numbers if they can get it clear. Good work from McDonald. Uze streaming towards goal on the brink of something special. The Demons. Peter Vardy to put space between the Demons and the Roos, and he's gone all the way and got 1 to go on with, but he's kicked a goal. He ran a long way, Peter Vardy. 11-9-75 Melbourne. The Kangaroos, their season slipping away. 6-11-47.
Steve, if we look at Vardy, in the end he decides to run to the goals because no one comes at him. He's prepared to get smashed. He's prepared to get smashed to kick that goal because he could have kicked it a step or 2 earlier and not get hit. He was prepared to allow himself to get crunched to kick the goal. Well done.
Spot on, Rob.
Certainly worth it in the end. Peter Vardy, 4 goals, the leading scorer on the ground. Dennis Pagan with his problems now. It's not that they can't win possession at the moment. They're not able to put it on the scoreboard. They've had enough of the ball in this 3rd quarter. Again, toe poked out. Jess Sinclair, likewise, back into the middle. A lot of strength from Jolly. Demons now again starting to win it. Travis Johnson, Jolly to Woden. He can go long at goal. He does. And it'll go to the left and just scrape in.
Demons have had their chances as well, haven't they, when you think about Neats' shots at goal?
Well, they've got the game back under control in the latter part of this 3rd quarter. They were under siege by the Kangaroos, but they've answered the challenge.
So John Blakey, I wonder whether he'll go on next season or not. Lots of questions for the Kangaroos, both players and coaches, to think about if they go out today. But That's for the future. Right at the moment, the immediate task is trying to get back into the game. And they've got a chance here. Burton, he's got a teammate on over the top, Sav, but he just couldn't get it close to him. An important 30 seconds for the Kangaroos. Byron Pickett won't be able to get the contest. Good work from Petrie, kept it alive. Once again, Melbourne have got numbers all around the contest. And the umpire kept it going.
Oh, great smother.
Robbins, Spider Burton. The team needs you to kick a goal, and he just was offline.
Free kick coming back. It'll be a Kangaroo free.
Robbins.
Is he within range? He's not a huge kick, is he?
No. This will test him.
It's a great smother by Ward.
So with only seconds remaining, and the Kangaroos down by 29. Ben Robbins, he's come in, he's played every game this season. He was recruited from the Lions, missed out on their grand final team last year.
Will he make the distance?
He's been one of Dennis Pagan's favourites.
Test him, Dates.
He's only kicked 2 goals for the season. What a moment for Ben Robbins. Is he up to it? Is he up to it? Oh, yes, he is. And they're not dead yet, the Kangaroos. That gives them something to work with as we go into the last quarter.
Pretty crucial goal, that one, after the siren by Robbins. It will give them something to work for. And certainly going into the three-quarter time huddle, there would have been some doubts with the Kangaroos. They answered, the Melbourne Footy Club answered the challenge. They're hard and committed, the Kangaroos. There's 1 quarter left for one of these teams in season 2002.
He said, I'm very happy, but he said, this is it. This is where we have to win it. He's certainly rotated a lot through the midfield through this game. So you should expect pretty fresh legs in this last term.
Well, speaking of that, the high mileage with Melbourne, we have a look at these midfielders here. There's a lot of them that have played every minute of the game, Steve. 9 of them. So Neil Danaher really hasn't used his bench. So the question mark is whether they can maintain their work rate, and will be a bit of concern for the Demons.
Just having a look at the ruck set up for the Kangaroos. Mark Porter in. Now, he's hardly played at all in this game, so he'll have the fresh legs, the big fella. And Steve and I, we were saying at three-quarter time, he needs to start to get physical on Jeff White. Jump into him, make it hard. Use his aggression, use his size, use his freshness.
Well, they had an enormous crack in the third quarter. Can they come again, the Kangaroos? 23 points the margin. Here we go, the second elimination final to last term. The Demons leading by almost 4 goals. Mark Porter, who's had, as you mentioned, an indifferent season in his first one at the Kangaroos. He's got a big task ahead for the last quarter. Sinclair trying to thrust the ball forward. Sun in the eyes of Drew Petrie. It beat them all. Shannon Grant's had a terrible season by his standards. Gets it into Byron Pickett. Good spoil. Here's a chance, though. They're still alive. Robbins. Corey Jones, so he's thrown all his players back on the ground. Free kick to Jones. And Brad mentioned earlier in the day that he seems to have a sore knee, but he's recovered sufficiently to have this shot at goal.
Just what they need. Early goal, Kangaroos. Yeah, around the neck. Caught him around the neck.
So Corey Jones had a great game last week, but today only the 6 possessions.
Spend a bit of time on the bench with an injury.
Shannon Grant, after a very good first quarter, very quiet second and third, and he's had an early touch. So important to the Roos' chances.
Well, we've seen players from both teams have a few problems kicking a goal today from set shots with the wind, such a factor. So it's not that easy, this kick, but certainly the Kangaroos need it. They've kicked 7 goals, 11 for the day. Corey Jones has missed to the left. And that just about tells their story, doesn't it, of the day?
I think one of the problems with the swirly conditions, if you have a shot from 35-40 and you put the ball into the air, it will be taken. You have to work a lot harder than naturally getting it in closer. And I think a lot of the Demon goals have been a bit closer to goal. And it is a luxury at the moment. It's easy talking about it. It's another thing getting it in there. So Bizzle.
Yeah, he can't find a short option, so long down the middle.
So White with the sit. Underneath the ball, Porter slapped it back. Uze, no fuss. Green just set up beautifully, but Colbert had him. And Corey Jones joined the party, and we get a bounce in the middle of the ground, just forward of that circle.
Did that well, Green. He knew he was going to get tackled, but he just protected the ball with his body and didn't release the ball.
So Corey Jones will jump. Third man up he was. Might have headbutted that forward, but at least it got forward. Sinclair wrapped up. Uze again, no fuss. It dribbles inside 50. Vardy tried to sit back reading it. Stephen Armstrong will give a contest. Blakey
Wasn't it great then
for the Roos?
Johnny Blakey, wasn't he fantastic?
Yeah. Well, he goes. He knows nothing else bar going straight at the football, Johnny Blakey.
Adam Uze, 24 disposals, 2 quick kicks already in this final quarter.
He's got the right idea, taking it in contest and just bombing it long or getting it forward. The Roos this time their turn. Robbins slaps it back wrong way. Porter allowed Grant to take it, and out wide on the full. No, bounced back and nearly stayed in. So there's another man on screen, Brent Harvey, just so important that he's involved. James McDonald with the job there.
He's hurting all over, Harvey. He's got that crook shoulder, and I'm sure he rolled an ankle in that third quarter. On the bench, Jolly, Robertson. Robertson had a dog of a day.
So Porter really working hard, and Shannon Grant trying to lift as well. Gets it in for Byron Pickett. One-on-one with Cameron Bruce. Help from Harvey. He left it behind. Bruce, interesting disposal, that one.
Slapped it up.
Yeah, not a throw, though. Petrie, well tackled. Demon standing up. Nathan Brown. Harding hasn't been able to have an impact today. He's found some room to get a wobbly one in. And McDonald, it's through for another behind.
Rob, the Neil Danaher matchup with Bruce on Pickett's a good one.
I like it, yeah. He's got the height, and he's got a bit more strength than Nathan Brown had.
Teague on for the Roos. Bizzle brings it in. Bruce far too easy in the end. Onto that right boot. Armstrong didn't go, and Archer back there takes a mark, and the Roos will move it forward now. Rawlings.
Got Harding.
Fades everyone, and again in the tricky conditions. James McDonald hands back in front of the square to Bruce. Into the air. Walsh in trouble. No, just got there.
Gee, it was a good kick.
So Walsh onto the running Bizzle. Off half back. Out in front of Woden. That's a good kick. Will it run? He does it beautifully, just to keep control into the middle. Oh, Green's got it. They can go in the middle of Powell. That's where he heads. Powell will take a bit of space. Can run at the defenders. He'll go at goal, and he'll miss.
He could have used and should have used Adam Uze.
And Uze just letting Powell know that he was free.
I don't think he's a player that has the composure on the ball, Powell.
No.
He tends to just
Get it and go bang.
Yep.
Yeah, have a look at that. Because he knew he was free for about 30 seconds, Uze.
He tends to make up his mind what he's going to do early, I think.
Hesitation there, Blakey's got them out of trouble. Just Lee Colbert. Final, so much about pressure and mistakes, the lack of them. Blakey. Oh, it's out. Cruel, but it's out. And we've just seen in the finals in the first few games, haven't we? The mistakes have just been so costly. Friday night, Burgoyne when he was dragged down by Ben Johnson, and the mistakes that Adelaide made last night. So who's going to stand up and be clean with the footy in the last quarter? The Roos with the job ahead of them. They've got 22 points to make up. Porter is having a good go at it. He may have got some high contact there. Umpire called play on. Woden, fierce tackling by Simpson. Screaming for some reward from the umpire. But the Demons have managed to...
Simon Godfrey, number 30 for the Demons. Since quarter time, he's had the job on Shannon Grant. He's restricted Grant to just 6 possessions in 2 quarters of footy. He's done it very well.
Harvey with the clearance for the Roos. Ward, Simpson. Robbins wanted the umpire to pay a free kick, but that was unlikely in that situation. 11 free kicks for each team.
And Godfrey done a great job as Grant had 3 shots at goal in that first quarter.
Tell you what, goals will be hard to come by. Really swirly out there at the moment. Very swirly. Wide. Good second effort. Hands and knees. Players go in, and Simpson dragged out. No, it was Shannon Grant. He could have played a free away. Feeling he was manhandled a little bit. Frustration.
Tough kid, Simon Godfrey. I saw him play his junior football. He won't take a backward step.
So ball bounce. White and Porter. Porter gives a contest. Brown into the middle. Jess Sinclair eyes on the ball. Uze nearly took it in the end as he was falling. Bruce off the ground. Walsh will take it, protected by his teammates. Little bit of time. What will he do? Use it? Oh, too high in the end. Grant's got it. I thought he set it up too high. And Colbert not able to get a hand to it, and Green did beautifully to shield the ball.
Well, he just jumped a little bit early, protected the ball with his body. and did it very, very well.
Well, if anyone's able to kick a goal in the conditions, it's Brad Green. Normally a beautiful kick, just a la Matty Lloyd, getting the grass into the air to try and get the idea of where the wind is heading.
Since David Schwartz retired, this young fella's gone up a notch, Dakes.
Yeah.
More responsibility.
He's a beautiful kick, Rob. He's a goal kicker, very hard to come by. From around 40, that is beautiful. And that's what Neil Danner and the boys are looking for. The all-important first goal of the last quarter. And number 18 for the D's, Brad Green, has it, and that was his second.
And just the bash and crash forward gave him the opportunity. Great kick here. Beautiful kick. And once again, the green mark.
Interesting matchup, Uze and Sinclair. Now, I just don't know if Sinclair's tight enough to play on Uze.
Gee, Neil Danaher not happy about something. Certainly wouldn't be the scoreline, because the Demons have kicked the first one of the last quarter and seemingly in control at the moment. Byron Pickett, that's a great smother. The hard things. Oh, but then he gave it up. He gets a chance. The umpire let him off the hook there. Lee Harding. Finally, he's got some space. He's been all over the shop with his kicking this year. And he's hit the post. He kicked 1 goal 5 against them back in round 9. And they really needed a goal then, the Kangaroos. And Lee Harding misses. And Neil Danaher still cursing about something or other. Have a look at this.
Probably feeling they deserved a free kick.
Geez, I'm glad I'm not coaching anymore. So a lot of players.
Yeah, I thought I'd let you say that, Rob.
I was wondering which grey I was minding your hair.
Well done, Porter. Took the mark and straightens up. Pickett should mark. He's there too early. And having to sit was Ward, rushing it through. And certainly retarding for the Demons was Johnson on Rawlings. And he seems such a very nice man, Neil Danaher. I met him before the game.
I thought you were going to say that by Rob.
Porter's had a definite impact in this final term.
Johnston had a torpedo kick out that time before Rob. Now this is Ward linking up with Bizzle. Off half-back, going short. Careful kick, but the result was ordinary. So they can certainly see victory here, Melbourne, but the Kangaroos, they refuse to die, don't they?
Yeah, and there's that matchup we were talking about. Sinclair, who was loose in the first half, playing on one of the best kick getters in the competition, Uze, who's had 25 disposals to this stage.
There's Jeff White getting them going again, the Demons. Plenty of space up forward. Williams able to put it out in front of Powell. Just couldn't get the strides going, but he was very clever and aware of what was around him. A standoff, McDonald versus Harvey. Good result. Armstrong, Neitz is back in the square. One-on-one with Martin. There's space in front. There's space to the left. He goes down the middle. Neitz sets it up. Oh, it really wasn't a good kick for him. Mickey Martin's done well, and the ball is over the line. And Mickey's saying, well, he hang on to me. What about earlier in the day? You paid it against me. Neil Danaher. Get the fluids going.
So another scoring chance for the Demons. Unguarded goal square. Interesting. Neitz. Porter holds him off. And Neitz trying to hold Porter off, says the umpire, and Porter will come up with it. So Mark Porter has some trouble with the stat sheet. 4 in total.
It's better right in this last quarter, though, Dakes.
Yep, 5 it is. Front position, well done, Lamb. That's a good mark in the end.
36 players in Melbourne's half at the moment.
Made the ball his very own. White, as he normally does, takes it and provides inside. Drilled Cameron Bruce, who missed it. Walsh away from goal. Robbins.
Pickett run forward.
Yep.
And into the air. Won't get there. Petrie has to try and knock it on forward. He did well. White's back there. Did beautifully for the Demons. Power through the traffic to Bizzle. And out of danger again. He left it behind. Back to Brown. Dribbles it out. Green, long way from home. He's done that a lot this afternoon, looking for the ball, certainly trying to lose defenders in the traffic on the way back. Colbert, and the Roos have it.
Well, it's gone to Pickett. He had to go. He did. Here's Byron Pickett gliding towards goal. It's all on your shoulders, Byron. You've got to get it off. Harding. Surely this time he'll kick a goal, and surely he does. And the Roos keep fighting. The margin is 20 points, and Neil Danaher is still not a happy man.
Well, the difference when a player attacks the ball, Rob, Pickett was totally committed in that effort there. We see him here breaking the tackle, using his legs to drive off that tackle. But just beforehand, he had an effort to really attack the ball. Probably went half-hearted, but on that occasion, he was fully committed.
8 goals to the Kangaroos. Gee, that was a good mark, as you said, Steve. But 8 goals to the Kangaroos, 8 individual goal kickers.
So they get one back, the Roos. Problem is they need 4 to get their nose in front now. It starts here in the middle. Porter, he took it out of the ruck. Robbins, it was coming at him too quick. Cochrane, T balances up and goes in. Rocker has to be good. He was. Then left it behind. Numbers with the Demons. Bizzle along the ground and in front of Walsh. Can go over top Armstrong. That's where he heads. Demons now a little bit of time. Stephen Armstrong will take a bounce, chased by Makepeace, so he does well, Makepeace, to go up. Oh, good mark, and certainly made to earn it was Williams. So the Demons retain it to move forward. Uze is lurking down and loves jumping third man up. Uze will jump and not able to mark. It'll 15 from goal. Mickey has a chance to get a stat over the top to Blakey. They're on the march. Out wide in front of King. No, it's not. Archer's there, but King running forward to this. Oh, shocking handball. Archer allows Ward to take King in. Back it comes to Harvey. Chance, oh, he's wrapped up.
Great tackle. Great tackle.
So Bizzle saving the D's, and they're a chance to score now because they have players.
They have. Ahead, though, the Roos have got back to man up reasonably well. Cochrane now with a job on Uze. He won't give him much space. Neitz is lurking again, looming in the square. Peter Vardy has had a great day. Neitz off hands.
Free kick.
Oh, it's a Melbourne free. Is it against Blakey?
Push. Oh, he signalled to push the umpire.
You are kidding. You have got to be kidding.
Well, that could be the Roos season. And that could be there too. What a tackle from Bizzle. Harvey just couldn't get it off. Let's have a look at this one.
Oh, Vardy on Blakey.
That is incredible. That is incredible, isn't it?
They do it hard backwards.
Well, unless there was something that we didn't see there. Vardy's kicked the goal. He's had a big day, Peter Vardy's kicked 3 goals since half-time. John Blakey is left to ponder. Vardy's kicked 5 for the day. Let's have a look.
Well, the umpires
That is
ruled,
amazing.
The umpires ruled that Blakey's just worked to take Vardy out of the contest by blocking, shepherding him. It's a tough call. I think Vardy knows he's lucky.
Well, they're the gifts in football. Blakey, as defenders do, back into Vardy, and Vardy ends up with it.
Dake's big jolly in the ruck. They've made the change. White off.
So Jolly to Johnson. That is copy book at goal. That is straight, and that is a goal. And that is a ball game. Brilliant football from the D's out of the middle. Set up by Jolly. And Travis Johnson said, I don't need anyone. That is a ball game.
Have a look at the tap. He's hit that 4 metres into the path of the running Johnson. That was all pre-planned. Open centre-half forward area to run into, and he finishes off.
Pretty handy to have a quality player like Jolly sitting on the bench, a youngster, but a ruckman that has plenty of potential.
Oh, he's been good, Stephen. I think all day, whenever White's come off, the Demons have lost nothing when Jolly's come on. He's been really good for them. Fresh legs and a big leap.
So the Demons with one step into next week and a semi-final clash with Adelaide, unless the Kangaroos can come again. 32 points, an enormous hurdle to overcome, but they're trying. Harding, he needed sure hands, he didn't have them. He's got help though. Archer's been pushed forward. Harding around the corner, kicked one a minute ago, and he's kicked his second. Lee Harding trying hard. Back to 26 points and still nil. He's not satisfied.
Well, it's a good answer, really. They needed to answer quickly. Time running out. Harding exceptionally quick. Archer breaks a tackle, as we see him do so often. But the kick there by Harding was a beauty.
Well, the door may not be fully closed at the moment. Dennis Pagan will be hoping. Harding just gives the Roos some hope. Woden jump, comes down, Powell, chance for the Deuce. All on his own if he can trap it. Taking it is McDonald, hands off to Armstrong, around the body like Harding, and unlike Harding, not able to finish. So the Roos a reprieve, but the lead is 27.
Archer in the forward line for the Kangaroos helped set up that last goal. Good move.
Prudent kick from Sinclair for Rawlings. Mickey Martin looking for one of those helicopters that Mickey provides. It's all Demons in the middle though. It wasn't what they needed. Jolly. Around the back, Williams almost hit Bizzle in the head. Well, he used to be a forward, Clint Bizzle. He's only kicked one for the season. Martin to spoil. And no free kicks that time, umpire. Just a behind. But the margin out to 28 points. And with 7 or so minutes remaining, it's an enormous task ahead of the Kangaroos.
Cochrane dragging Uze back inside 50 for the Roos, so trying to take Uze out of the play. Sinclair to bomb in long into the middle of the ground. Jolly will jump in front. Oh, well done, Porter. Stolen it in. They have to move it quickly.
Just get it quick to Archer.
And Cochrane with a chance now. No one home inside 50. He has to go alone. Distance. No one unguarded goal square. And it's a goal. So the Roos come back. So Stuart Cochrane gives the Roos some glimmer of hope. It's back to 22. And they are still a chance because 20 and a half played last quarter.
And set up on the mark from Mark Porter, a nice strong mark. He's got to start to throw his body around if there's any chance, but the run of Cochrane and to convert that goal is something the Kangaroos really did need.
You just can't kill them off, can you, the Kangaroos? They are amazing. 8 minutes remaining. There is still time for them. Suddenly they got some momentum. Cochrane couldn't handle it cleanly. Archer, he's such a presence. Cochrane again, good hands that time. Harvey found a path. He got through. King blasts away. It's offline. And it's a behind.
Bizzle dropping back as a loose man in defence there to try and block up the Roos.
Yeah, and we see Sinclair playing on Russell Robertson, the little, well, medium-sized Demon forward, only taking the one mark, but he'd fancy his chances on Sinclair.
Well, they need a goal and they need it soon, the Roos. They're back to within 21 and a half minutes last quarter. Last chance for the Roos and the season is gone. Uze standing start. Cochrane can go to Archer. He needs to find someone, keeps it low. Bump ball, King, too high, no. Kick it to go at goal, and the Roos are a chance. Byron has done it. They are not done with yet, Roos. And if Byron Pickett has anything to do with it, goal number 2, it is back to within 15.
Well, they certainly have a fight and spirit. Rob, I reckon that this next centre square bounce is crucial for the Kangaroos.
Yeah, if they get another one, puts real pressure on the Demons. Looked like the Demons had it 8-9 minutes ago, not now. Spider Burton back in the ruck.
Well, at the moment, Melbourne have only 3 players in the middle of the ground. This centre bounce.
Just be interesting to see if Neil Danaher puts extra numbers in defence, whether he tries to close it up.
I think
Melbourne has a spare forward.
they're intentionally doing this. They're intentionally doing this because they've dominated the ruck. They only need to go. They're going to push it to a certain area, not to a man.
Yep, they've got a spare forward, a loose man in attack. This is revolutionary tactics.
Free kick.
Kangaroos ball.
I raised that point through the season with Jeff White's dominance to play 3 out of the square.
Righto, Dakes, we'll get the plaudits later. Here's Archer, surrounded by demons. If anyone can get through, it's Glenn Archer.
Fantastic play by Archer. 3 on the 1. He had to hold that ball in. If he didn't hold that ball in, Melbourne are on the way.
I'm just saying, it's not because I brought up, but I did raise a point when Jeff White, when he's on song.
Neil Danaher's obviously been tuned into your Dakes, taking it away is Armstrong. Onto the wing, Cochrane, the ball over the line, out of bounds now. There just can't be any time here for the Roos to waste. They need to get a goal fairly soon.
Porter's been put in the goal square on Bizzle. You can see the size difference, and Spider Burton doing the ruck work. They need to get it quick and long to Porter.
They're all manned up around the corners except Armstrong, and he releases Uze. Nix makes his lead now. He's gone to the captain, and the captain couldn't take it. Blakey at the back. It's over and out.
Vardy should have been following the Newts lead because the ball, as we've seen most of the afternoon, is sailing over the top because it's pretty hard to try and judge the speed of the ball and try and get hands to it.
24 minutes into this final quarter, the Demons have brought Jeff White on. Jolly off.
It's 15 points the margin. Important contest. Mickey Martin got it away, but Uze, the danger man. He's so menacing around goal. Not that time. High kick in from McDonald. Robertson!
He's finally come good.
He's come good at the right time. He's still got to kick the goal.
Well, you called it, Rob.
Well, it was always a worry because Sinclair has not had a good game. He doesn't play tight enough, hasn't today anyway. He didn't on Uze, he didn't on Johnson, and he hasn't on this man who's got the footy.
Well, the task, it seems simple enough. 35 metres out, directly in front. Russell Robertson. He's done it. He's done it. And so have the Demons. You would think that would be enough. You never know with the Kangaroos. 21 points is the margin. But Neil Danaher will not be satisfied until the siren goes.
Well, he hasn't had a big day, Russell Robinson, but he's waited his time, played the percentages in front on that occasion. A number of times throughout the day, we see Sinclair well off Robertson.
Well, Sinclair playing on the last line of defence is always going to be a worry because he doesn't play tight enough. Look at Dennis Pagan. He just can't believe it.
So that could well be it. Russell Robertson has his moment. It's taken a while. By Woden in a mate piece. Harvey. Need a quick goal. Harvey in long. Thumped away well by Lamb at ground level. Simpson will take it. Unguarded goal square around the corner. That's a good kick. Will it get there? It bounced away, hit the ground and ran over the line. So working in the Demons' favour. Slow Woden picks himself up. Been a pretty good player.
He got crunched. Yeah. It was a good hit out. Good hit out by White, and he just ran into, I think it was Makepeace, wasn't it?
Yep, shoulder.
So Big Spider tries to take it out at ground level. Archer will keep the ball in front as he does. Too high, no. Got it out. Burton. Oh, dummied one and misses in the end.
5 minutes to go, Dakes.
Well, and it could be 5 minutes. And it probably gives us a chance to reflect on the careers of Mickey Martin and Johnny Blakey.
Well, Johnny Blakey, oldest player out there, 36 years of age. I had the pleasure of coaching him in his first game, 1985.
Good kick in. Lamb the target. Lots of players still back in the Kangaroos attacking area. Lamb in no hurry.
Do they slow it down now, Steve?
I think they've got a big enough margin to slow it down. And we just see here the short passes are starting to happen.
So the Roos have to man up here. They haven't been able to at the moment. A couple of loose Demons ahead. And here's one of them, Lamb, who had the initial kick. Has to be clean here. Pickett wraps him up. So the turnover, Makepeace. So bold. His kick was interesting, trying to get the bounce over for Hardy, and he can use his pace. He's got plenty of it, and he is away. And it's his finishing that he's got to work on.
Well, they played cute, the Demons, and it didn't come off. If you're going to play that possession, short kick, hold it up, well, you've just got to hit targets. They didn't, and almost cost them.
Lee Harding has to slow down just before execution. He does the right thing. He runs off quick, but the idea of running off quick is to give yourself time at the other end and slow down and be able to execute properly. Bizzle again misdirected. Wheatley, no left foot on that right, into the air. Melbourne, Pickett's there and left the ball behind. Robertson starting to get a couple of touches, so his confidence is up. Brown will run with it. Players forward to the ball. Russell Robertson has done beautifully. He will move in long. Vardy with the sit. Needs. It's a goal. Russell Robertson, goal number 2 in his last quarter. Well, he's come from nowhere after having 3 quiet quarters, and the Demons now have it sewn up.
I think the beauty of the Demons, Rob, when they get the ball, they run with the ball hard. They don't try and run with the ball half-cocked, half-speed. They really attack the opposition defence, and they put it in quick, and that's where they've got on top of the Kangaroos.
Well, they run in numbers too, don't they? And they're willing to share it across to each other. And I think he was really trying to set that up for Neitz, but a fortunate bounce. It's gone through. It's a good lesson in footy, isn't it? That you can be out of the game for 3 quarters and then come back on and help your team win by kicking a couple of goals.
The other thing he's done, Rob, is too, he's moved well up the ground and started to get his hands on it.
So the Demons have had the answers. Porter blasting it forward, but it's all Melbourne. They've put some extra numbers behind the ball. This is Armstrong on the outer side. Now Ward. Back to Armstrong. Ward again. Not 15. Williams can run it through the middle.
Gee, they finish games strongly, the Demons. Got plenty of run.
Penetrating kick. Simpson better watch out. He was just about to be tackled. Byron Pickett. Harvey. He had to go backwards. Not what he would have liked. They had a bit of flow and momentum about them. Makepeace. You get the feeling the sting's just gone out of it a bit, though, don't you, at the moment? The pressure is gone. Makepeace blasts away. Gee, set a tough task for Lee Harding. He might still have a chance here. White, though, up to the task. And now Uze, as the Demons just try and maintain possession. No one tackling. And as I mentioned, it just seems more like a training run all of a sudden. All the players will be pretty much spent, I would suggest, at this time.
Yeah, and Jeff White, good to get back and help out. He's worked at that all game.
Pretty empty feeling for the Kangaroos now. They know their season is over.
They've had a magnificent season, haven't they, really, considering? I wonder if it's what Dennis Pagan will do.
Well, I have no doubt that Carlton will present him with a strong offer.
Demons have it. Nathan Brown to the outer side. Boundary side they go. Jumping and not able to mark it. It's Russell Robertson, boys. He got his tail up at the moment. Uze. Rod smothered in the end. He did everything right there. Didn't run at the traffic, but Harvey closed him down.
How do you evaluate the Kangaroos season?
Well, when you consider that they lost their captain and centre-half forward a week or so before the season started, I think it's been sensational.
Vardy coming off, by the way. That was the cheers you heard. Vardy 5 goals and been fantastic. Lee and Shelley on.
They were against the odds right through. Blokes like Stevens, Archer, Blakey, their senior players have held up particularly well, and they've blooded some youngsters, which has been good.
Chance now for the Demons. Godfrey running forward to the ball was Cameron Bruce. He needs a goal, and he kicks the goal just to finish off proceedings. Big last quarter from the Demons, and after a big third quarter, they've certainly wrapped it up after Cameron Bruce goal.
So a job well done in the Melbourne box. A bit of congratulations going on there. They know the game is won. Neil Danaher can start thinking about next week, whereas the Kangaroos have got to think about next year. Bruce, Godfrey. Bit of showtime now, perhaps. Neats, Robertson. He might end up with 3.
Yeah, and good protective work by Neitz to enable him to come back to mark that. And not a good matchup, Sinclair, on this fellow. Blokes like Mickey Martin, John Blakey. What do you think, Steve? Do they go on, or do you think this is their last game of AFL?
Well, I guess they've got a bit of time. The next month or two will tell whether they do go on. Certainly their careers, if they choose not to go on, have been outstanding and really 2 champions of the game.
Russell Robertson for 3 for the day. It comes back, and he's got it. Oh, isn't footy fickle? The Melbourne fans delirious. Russell Robertson, after a very ordinary start to the day, has ended with 3.
Rob, just getting back to Johnny Blakey and Mick Martin, if both of them are to go,
I think they will.
Their backbone really to their back half is really gone. OK, Colbert's there, but they've been such great players over so many years.
Yes, they have. As we all know, hard to replace fullbacks.
One of the reasons they allowed, I suppose, Mickey Martin to continue and have that extra year.
I think it'll be his last game, his last few minutes of AFL. So too John Blakey.
So wide out of the middle, should run to Armstrong, met by Sinclair, quick hands, Godfrey left it behind, Pickett's there. Godfrey through the traffic on that left foot, smothered well by Williams, it was, Simpson it was, loose ball, it's inside 50. Demons looking to finish the game off. They're playing well. Uze into the air and just to the left.
30 possession stakes for Adam Uze.
And 7 goals to the Demons in this last quarter. He's been a super player, Adam Uze. He not only rakes up getting possessions and setting him up because he's a terrific user, he kicks goals, so he does the job of 2 players.
Yeah, they haven't been able to find anyone to stop him, the Kangaroos. He had 33 possessions when they met last time. It's all over. It's all over for the Kangaroos, that is. Melbourne march on to next week. They'll play Adelaide 18-14, 122. Defeating the Kangaroos 11-18, 84. They tried their guts out today, the Kangaroos, but Melbourne had the answers in the end. Plenty to celebrate for Neil Danaher. Plenty to look forward to for David Neitz. He didn't have his greatest day today, but Neil Danaher will be well satisfied. He's beaten the team that is so very difficult to kill off. He's opposite number Dennis Pagan. We don't know about him and his future. But what a great effort by Melbourne today. The Roos came out. They led by 8 points at quarter time. Mick Martin, I wonder whether he'll go on or not. The second quarter, Melbourne kicked 7 goals to 2. Travis Johnson was one of their stars today, and here he is with Brad McEwen.
Yeah, thanks very much, Anthony. Trav, a great performance. Neil Danaher was saying the other day, you're not the sexiest team, you're not laden with stars, but leadership in this team.
Yeah, no, all the boys stepped up today, from Nita all the way down to little Stevie Armstrong. Everyone's done their little bit today and showed a lot of leadership.
Even Russell Robertson, he had a dirty day, but to come back and kick 3 goals in that last quarter, superb.
Yeah, it's the same as last week against the Kilda. He struggled a bit in the first half, and there's a bit of confidence. All the boys got him up, and he helped us really get going in the second half.
You're probably the surprise back in the 2000 final series. How does this team compare? Can you do it again?
Yeah, no, when we played good footy, everyone's seen we beat Brisbane up there and played well against Port and just lost. So, well, we're just turning it on. This is the only thing. If we can play some good footy, we're a real good team.
All right, well done, Trav, and all the best for next week. Chrissy Malthouse.
Thanks, Brad. Well, Peter, it was a great win. They made it tough for you in the end, but you finished off well.
Yeah, look, North are a great finals team, and we knew it was going to be a battle. They gave us a battle, and we're just happy to get away with a win and fight on for another week.
Now, you've been seeing a horse doctor for your Achilles. It's worked wonders, 5 goals today.
Oh, yeah, it's keeping me out on the park and doing a good thing, so I have to keep at it, I think.
Now, the team has a lot of faith in the game plan and in each other. I mean, that showed today.
Yeah, look, we've set out this year to build a good team unity and stick together, and that's what we've done, and the boys just keep fighting away, and it's just great to see.
Thanks. Peter. Congratulations. Anthony.
Thanks, Christy. A great effort from Peter Vardy. I think we saw the answer on John Blakey. He was carried off by his teammates. Not sure about Mick Martin. Maybe he was too heavy to carry off, but we might get an answer with him in the off-season. But we must pay tribute. We're watching the Demons here. They've got more to go. We should pay tribute to a great career of John Blakey. All the attention, though, on the Demons, and I wonder what sort of damage they can do for the rest of the final series, Rob.
Well, look, I like the way that they play. They kicked 18 goals. It could have been 20 plus. They play attacking football. Their skill level's pretty good. They're undermanned in defence. Jeff White and Jolly help back there. But, Steve, they've got plenty of legs. They ran the game out. They kicked 7 goals in that last quarter.
I think that's the beauty of their side also, Rob, is that they're unpredictable. You really don't know where their players are going to line up on the ground, and that makes them hard to match up on, and that was proven today. A guy like Vardy kicking 5 goals. We thought Neitz was going to be the focal point up there, but last week it was Green. This week it was Vardy. So they go into a game next week where they're unpredictable in the way you can match up against them.
I just like the way that Neil Danaher works that midfield. You've got players on the bench who are continually being rotated. You know, the Leon Chullies and the Powells and the McDonalds and the Wodens. Uze stays on most of the time, but Dakes, he's probably got 8 or 10 midfielders, 1 or 2 who are, we would say, pretty close to brilliant type players, but the other 7 or 8 are very, very good.
Look, they are, Rob, and you just have to think back to when they played at the Gabba against the Brisbane Lions. Now, the Brisbane Lions are no slouches when it comes to carrying the ball, and the only way you can beat them is to be able to do it yourself, and certainly the Demons have the brigade.
Well, they've done it today. They've won 18-14, 122 to the Kangaroos, 11-18, 84. We're back to wrap up shortly.
This is what you've seen on Fox Footy News.
Been very, very few, if any, more significant moments in the history of our club.
More than just...
Second quarter by the Demons. They kicked 7 goals in that quarter, and they won the third quarter as well. The Roos really challenged them. But the final score is Melbourne 18-14, 122, defeating the Kangaroos 11-18, 84. As we check the goal kickers, Peter Vardy, 5 goals. Russell Robertson, what a performance in the last quarter after he had a bit of a dog of a day until then. Neitz only with 2, so Martin did his job. Uze and Green, both terrific. Byron Pickett and Lee Harding, and we see the spread of goal kickers with Melbourne's win today over the Roos.
Fox Footy Channel and Nissan are giving you the chance to win a fantastic new Nissan X-Trail TI manual with the Winners Mark of the Week competition. This great prize includes on-road costs, car registration and delivery, all valued at $38,400. There's also a season 2003 Fox Footy Channel subscription to be won each week. Fox Footy Channel's panel of experts has selected 3 marks from the latest round of AFL. To enter, simply decide which mark you think is the best. Call 1900 966 350 and follow the prompts. If the mark that you select matches the winner's Mark of the Week, you'll automatically go into the draw to win a 12-month season 2003 Fox Footy Channel subscription. At the end of the season, you'll have a chance to select the winner's Mark of the Year to win the Nissan X-Trail. So here we go. Mark 1.
50 out, he squares it up. Great kick towards Moss. And how's that for hands in slippery conditions? And how's that for a pass?
Mark 2.
Quickly, good support around Uze. The danger man this afternoon along with Neitz. Woden! And he's paid it.
Mark 3.
Too far out to score, about 75 out. Kicks to a big pack of play.
Call 1900 966 350 now and make your selection. Voting closes midnight each Monday and the winner will be announced on the Winners next Sunday.
Welcome to the replay of the first elimination final between Essendon and West Coast at Colonial Stadium. It's finals football and it's right here on Fox Footy.
Here they come, the Eagles. Let's get down to Tim Gossage.
Good on you, Anthony. Well, for guys like Jakovic, McIntosh and Peter Matera, they've been here before. They've won 2 flags. But spare a thought for the young boys, McDougall, Hutton, Sampi. I mean, McDougall was 11 years old when the Eagles won their last flag in '94, and Ashley Sampi was just 10. This is time for them to pinch themselves. They are now on the final.